Hey, this is Toby at scheel-mann USA, and today I want to show you how to properly install an armrest onto a scheel-mann seat. The first thing I want to show you is the tools and supplies that I have laid out so that everything's ready at hand and the process will go smooth. The first thing is the armrest itself, a sharp razor blade, 6mm high quality Allen wrench that we supply with the armrest. And I like to use a little pair of side cutters, they're really sharp little delicate ones. And then the armrest itself. And the armrest will always have a new pair of armrest affixing bolts right inside this cavity. And so we're gonna wanna use the new bolts when we put the new armrest on. Well, the next step, some people find pretty intimidating. We're gonna need to identify where the armrest is going to mount and prepare ourselves for cutting through the leather or leatherette on the side of the seat so that we can install the armrest. Familiarize yourself with the armrest itself and note this curve. Once the armrest is mounted on the side of the seat, the curve is going to go right above the lumbar support knob. So now that we kind of identified approximately where it's going to go, what we need to do is feel for a couple of bolt heads. And what we're going to do, these exact 10mm countersunk bolts are what's holding the recliner mechanism to the back of the seat, and they're behind this fabric. So if we run our hands over this area, we can start to feel this exact shape. There's one right here, and there's one right here. And if you run your hands over it a few times, it'll actually make a little indentation in the leatherette, which will help you identify it. What I'm gonna do for this video is actually use a magic marker and highlight exactly where they are. A quick note is that if you have a seat belt seat, that's a seat with an integrated seat belt, you will actually feel one more bolt that's way up here. And that's not going to be used. We're gonna be using these same two holes that are down here. And just as a reminder, the armrest is gonna go right over that lumbar support knob. Now I'm gonna take my brand new fresh razor blade, and I'm gonna make an X right across the top of each bolt head. Now that we have got nice clean X's through both circles, I'm gonna use my side cutters to cut off each triangle to give us access for the Allen wrench to get in there. What's really important is that when we're putting the wrench into the fastener, that we're putting it all the way so that it's bottomed out all the way in the bottom of the in hex. So what could get you into trouble is if it's only in part way, it potentially strip out the in hex. So really go slow and make sure that you're all the way down in the fastener. And we're gonna break loose just the top one. All the way in, make sure it's all the way seated, and then release the fastener. And this one we can take all the way out. As the fastener's coming out, we can stretch the leather or the leatherette around the fastener to get past it. And if you need to, you can snip a little bit more. Just like that. Now we can remove it all the way. So I just want to point out that when I cut the leather with the razor blade, I put a couple of marks in the old bolt. So we give you a new bolt that doesn't have any marks, and it also has fresh Loctite. Now, a little nuance, if you're putting armrests on a seatbelt seat, it has special long armrest bolts. And these don't come with blue Loctite. So I would advise you to put a few drops of blue Loctite on here when you're bolting on the armrest. So before we remove the second bolt, I'm gonna start the armrest on this first hole that we've already removed the old bolt. As a note, these two bolts are holding the recliner mechanism to the backrest. So if we release both bolts at the same time, it's possible for these holes to become misaligned. And if that was to happen, it's not really a big deal. You can look inside here and see how things are aligned, and then move the backrest and make sure that when you start the bolt, it goes in smooth. So the key is that this bolt should go in here very smooth and not be cross-threaded or have any resistance. Okay, I got the new bolt. I'm just gonna offer it up here and gently, yeah, it's just going in perfectly square and really nice. That's exactly what should happen. So once it's started, we can leave it loose so that we can access this bottom bolt. So now that this one started, I'm gonna remove the bottom just like we did the top. Again, making sure the tool is bottomed out inside the in hex and gently release it. in this case, I have the top bolt a little bit too tight, so I can't get the leather around the bolt. So I'm just gonna release this a little bit and give myself more room. There we go. And then we can take out the bottom bolt all the way. Find our new bolt with new Loctite. Line it up, and then gently start the new fastener, making sure that it's square and goes in nice and smooth. Perfect. Now that both are started, we can fully tighten each fastener. Perfect. Okay, now that we have both of these fasteners fairly tight, I'm gonna check for operation of the armrest and just make sure I'm happy with it. So it goes up, it goes down, and we can go over the adjustments right here. There's a stop, so whenever it goes down, it always goes to the same place, and you can adjust that by turning this thumb screw. So in addition to the thumb screw, you'll also see that there's a very small black nylon screw, and what that does is it puts tension on the shaft so that it has a nice feeling as it goes up and down. And over the years, you may want to add more tension as that nylon screw wears. And so if for some reason it's very floppy, you can use a little flathead screwdriver and just very slightly go clockwise and add more tension. And that'll just make it feel really nice. That sums up installing an armrest on a scheel-mann seat. I know it can be intimidating, but if you go slow and patiently, it should be no problems at all. If you have any questions, always feel free to send us an email or give us a call from the number on our website, and we are here to help.